like Jay.
Please, under no circumstances, leave the tour without letting us know. You need the toilet. Just see myself or Rachel. We are happy to assist you with the main available toilet that you can use. There is no plan to European Cup football. Where in 1973 we won our first ever European trophy, and that's what's now called the Europa League. Now, when he retired in 1974, his assistant Bob Paisley took over. Bob Paisley is the most successful manager to date for this club, winning 19 trophies in just 9 seasons. He's also done something no other manager before him or after him has done with one team. Does anyone know what it is?
I know.
2 European Cups.
3 European Cups, and that's why we've got the Paisley Gateway with the 3 European Cups above it. He is the only manager to win it with one team. There has been another manager to win 3 European Cups. We've done it with 2 teams, and that was Carlo Ancelotti. We've done it with AC Milan and Real Madrid, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make our way to my right to your left. We're going to go inside through the Harris fencing and go around through the media doors. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Not good enough. Are we all ready?
Yes.
You're in the greatest football club in the world. Are you all
third and
ready
last
to
time.
go inside?
Yes.
That's better.
Okay, Kenny, that's the cockpit.
Looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Okay guys, welcome inside Paisley Square. This, in my opinion, is the best place to be on a match day. We have a stage, live bands, competitions going on. You have the club stores open. The food from here is delicious. And we also have LFC TV filming in the studio just above there. If you are coming to the game tomorrow, it is very much here. You can normally see a legend. I think last game it was Jan Molby who was filming in there. So you can normally see them and give him a little wave. New club store is being built behind you there. That should be open for the start of next season. There is plans to put a hotel here as well. With this new stand, we have generated a lot of area and it has totally been regenerated. 10 years ago, no one wanted to live in Anfield. Now there's a waiting list of people who want to move here because it is just exciting times. Now we're going to take you through our press entrance now. As we walk in, if you can have your bags ready and open.
You won't.
So about 30 minutes after every home game, clock comes into here. There will be up to 100 press and media in this room. He comes in with the captain. The end chair is the most important man in the room when the press conference is taking place. His name is Matt McCann. He is here to keep the press in order. He makes sure they're asking the relevant questions, the questions aren't being duplicated, and that they are about the game that has just been played. He also has one very other important job in this room, and I think it is one of the hardest jobs in the world. He has to keep cloth under control. He has to make sure the cloth doesn't go off the top of and doesn't say anything he shouldn't or use language that he shouldn't. He deserves £1 million per press conference, I think, for making that happen. Very, very important man. This is just a temporary press area. Guys, as I'm waffling, if you want to come and get your pictures, feel free. This is just a temporary press area. We are getting a brand new press conference room. It is due to be completed, hopefully by the Legends game we will be using that it won't be as quickly as tomorrow. If anyone did our old tour, this room is a step up from our old press conference room. It was Bill Shankly's old boot room. We had no space, and when Sky took over the Premier League, you had to have somewhere where the press could do their thing. So we used Bill Shankly's old boot room, knocked the walls of the washroom down, and that is what we used. It was great until the arrival of Mr. Klopp. When Mr. Klopp came, the press and media rose. Everyone wants to be here. He is just such a lovable man. You can't go wrong with him. So we started using one of our lounges last season. And obviously now we are in here. Any questions? Right, truth time. Very, very important question. Hands up if you do not support Liverpool. Oh, what a minority on this tour.
She supports Man United.
I'll go first. I support a little team called Hartlepool. If anyone can see the reason why on the last tour, as soon as I said that, the guy said, oh, that's because of such and such, and he hit the nail on the head. I am in love with Jeff Stelling, so I support Hartlepool.
Filming the whole tour.
Pretty much.
Must be the individual player interviews when we get the players in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just because they've set up ready for tomorrow. Only we would think, but because he's come in and set up, no one's allowed in there.
Today the kit man has been in for the game tomorrow, so we can't use the home team. It's not that much different. It's got a lot more red in, but it is still the same basic setup. Somewhere to sit, somewhere to put your boots, and somewhere to hang your shirt. They don't need anything else. We don't have lockers, we don't have safes. Bill Shankly always said, if you can't trust your colleagues in the dressing room, how can you trust them on the pitch? And that's the way we've always been here. Even when Mario Balotelli was here, he was the king of the pranks. At City, he used to swap watches, jewellery, car keys round. He used to get up to all kinds. Lucky for us, he didn't do too much here. So we didn't play enough to get sent off. That's when he used to do it, when he'd been sent off. To say, not much difference. The only thing is, there are two rooms at the back of our changing rooms. One is a statistical analysis room. Someone sits in there and films the first half of the game. When the players come in at half time, they have a huge screen like Monday Night Football that Klopp can draw on, pinpoint players, highlight players. He can then tell every fan where he's going wrong, and he can tell the other players where they've gone right. And that is the difference. Door here, and there is one in the home team as well. 6 showers, 4 toilets and 3 urinals. 18 players and 6 showers. You either need to run off that pitch quick, wait your turn, or just double up and get in the shower with someone else. I keep asking if I can go in after the game and check to see how they are working the shower rotors, but the club won't let me for some reason. Can't see why. You'll have a ball in there. You're joining them in the shower. As I say, basic dressing room. Liverpool have always had very basic dressing rooms. We've never had anything too over the top or too flashy. The new changing rooms are just about complete. But Klopp, being a superstitious man, has decided that he started the season in here, so he's ending the season in here. But again, the superstitions go back to the Shankly days. Shankly was very, very superstitious. We used to have the smaller dressing room of the two. That was because the bigger dressing room you had to turn left to go into, and he had a fear of turning left. He never did it, he never ever turned left. So we had the one on the right, and that's the way it was, and it was a lot smaller. That's just the way he was. The new changing rooms will be. The door at the back is going to be Klopp's new office. We're going to go up the stairs now. I'm just going to point out the glass balls on this light. This glass is made from recycled glass from the old main stand. When building it, because we've got such a big history, they wanted to incorporate as much as the old in with the new, and that's what they've done with this 70-foot light. When they went to install it, we couldn't find a ladder big enough. Lucky enough, Peter Crouch doesn't live too far away. Okay, so does anybody know where we are now? We are in the players' lounge. Before every game, the wives and girlfriends of the players, sometimes both, it can be a bit awkward in this room, will come up here. They'll have something to eat, something to drink. They've got the kids with them, and the kids don't want to go out into the stadium to watch the match. We have a creche and a nanny on site to look after them. After the game, the players will come and meet with their families, and they'll go on to wherever they are going. Bar in the corner. One very important thing missing. It's not my kind of bar. What's missing from that bar? There's no alcohol, it is a dry room. 1998, Gerard Houllier, our first foreign manager, came to the club. He wasn't happy with the way English football was and the amount of beer they drank. He couldn't understand why someone would run outside for 90 minutes and come in and neck a few pints. Didn't like it, so he decided to ban alcohol from this room, and it has stuck ever since. You'll never find me in here if there's no alcohol. There are some numbers and names on some of the chairs. So we've got Phil Thompson, 42, Dietmar Hamann, 59, Vladimir Smicer, 81. Anybody know what they represent? Caps, international caps. Can anybody tell me then? Liverpool's most international cap player. He has 146 caps for his country. No. Anyone?
He played twice with Stevie.
He wasn't here for very long. He spent 9 months at the club. Who's from Ireland? Robbie Keane has 146 caps. He is closely followed by Vladimir Smicer and Rigobert Song on 137 caps. Steven Gerrard has 114, so it is quite a big difference there. If you want to get some pictures with your favourite chairs, we've got a few favourite players' chairs. We've got a few minutes in here. You won't find a Steven Gerrard chair though. When these chairs were made, he was still playing. You know, we all love Stevie. We can't just give him one of these boring chairs. He will be getting a big golden throne with diamonds and the rest of it. So get some pictures in here, and if you've got any questions, see myself or Kenny.
Randomly picked.
Oh, right, okay.
Come on, Ray. Excuse me, guys, just all come up here for us. Just round the corner.
The ceiling is wood from the old main stand as well. Now, before Liverpool played here, does anybody know which team used to play at Anfield? No swearing, the children. Everton played here for 8 years before Liverpool were formed. The owner of the stadium, John Holding, was a local brewer. He thought, I can make some money here and sell beer before the game. Everton, being from a Presbyterian church, said, no, we don't want beer sold. He then decided to up the rent. They were happy, so they upped sticks, moved across the park. Apparently they still play there today. Quite ironic. It was a falling out over beer, and who are their main club sponsors now? They fell off over beer here. John Holding was left with a bag of blue and white kit. When you go up to our museum later, our first kit is in there, and it is blue and white calves. That was Liverpool's kit for 3 seasons before they moved to red. It was decided that 2 teams in the same city could not play in the same colour, so we changed to red. We are going to take you out now into the stands. Just one health and safety rule. As we go down the stairs, they are quite steep. Please do not stop to take a picture on the stairs. We go into the press area, which is quite high up, and you can get some lovely shots of the ground from there. The reason we ask you not to stop on the stairs is that the person behind does not know that you're going to stop, will walk straight into you, and we could have an accident with someone falling down the stairs. So we'll take you out now. Over in this corner, the Anfield Road end, or the Annie Road, as we come to know it. From the corner to right behind the goal, where the New Balance netting is, 3,000 seats, which get sent to every away team in the Premier League. The little clubs like Everton, Manchester City, Chelsea, who can't sell 3,000 tickets, whatever they don't sell gets sent back to the club, and we sell them on to our own home fans. So we never have an empty stadium. For every home match, we turn away 20,000 people who want tickets. It is, especially since Klopp's been here, everyone wants to see him, and you even get fans from Germany who are obviously just Klopp fans. They sometimes come on tour and shout at us because we took their coach and they don't like us much, but they all still want to see Klopp. Behind me is the centenary stand. Up until 1992, it was known as the Camlin Road. We were 100 years old and we treated ourselves. We put in 32 glass executive boxes and added the top tier. Over in the far corner, you can see the lights on the bottom. The darkened box above that is the TV studio. That's where Sky will be tomorrow. If anyone's watching it at home on the television, Sky will be filming from there. They are filming here on this one again. The box above the scoreboard is one of the most important boxes on a match day. That is match day control. Stewards, police and ambulance sitting there watching CCTV. They have binoculars. Their job is to make sure all 54,000 fans enter the ground safely and leave the ground safely. The boxes above next to it is where our match day announcer sits. John Sefton has been with the club for 46 years. He actually came and joined the club on the same day that Kevin Keegan signed for us. That's how long he's been here. He's one of the longest match day announcers in the Premier League at the minute. Anyone know what that stand is? No one knows. The world famous best football stand ever, Spion Con. We're not going to tell you too much about it because we are going to take you down there shortly. But has anyone got any questions?
We're 101 metres long, 68 metres wide. We're one of the shortest in the league.
Yeah.
We're one of the widest. You've got to be minimum 100 metres long, maximum 120, minimum 45 metres wide, maximum 75.
Oh, okay.
68. Good view there, you know.
Yeah, imagine. You can see the steep as the old stand. Do you know what I mean?
Steeper?
You can see it now. Do you know what I mean? You used to sit in the old one.
The old tunnel, if you remember, was steps in and out. This is all the flat, all one level. The old tunnel was very narrow. Up until this season, we've had a shared dugout, but we've never won the league with a shared dugout. So we've split them, and fingers crossed, next year will be our year. But who knows? Picture I'm stood here, this part is artificial. This is the, no, just go like that. If I step on it, I will be arrested, sacked and everything. It is 95% real and 5% a product called Deso. The deso gets laid down, the grass seeds go on top, and they intertwine and grow together. It just helps prevent when they're going for slide tackles, the whole pitch isn't coming up. The deso makes it stronger. We've got lights over there. They are called stadium growth lights. They are the nearest thing to real sunshine. The two boxes, or the one box that's now in the middle of the pitch, sends signals to a computer. It tells the groundsman where needs water, where needs cutting, where needs food, where needs sunlight. All these are a Dutch invention. We've heard that the Dutch are quite good at growing grass, so we'll use their inventions to grow our pitch. Considering we are over halfway through the season, we've had a rugby league final on this pitch. It's not in bad nick. The groundsmen do work really, really hard in keeping it looking good and green. Any questions? The sign is currently not up. The This Is Anfield sign goes up 2 hours before kick-off. Once the last player is through them doors and they are locked, it comes back down. That is for the simple fact, it is still a building site down there. Once it is all completed, fingers crossed it will go up and stay up. But it is just to protect it at the minute. But that sign does date back to Bill Shankly. Bill Shankly was the master of mind games. Ferguson, Mourinho have got nothing on what Bill Shankly used to do. He put that sign up for intimidation. It wasn't a welcome to Anfield, have a nice day. No, it's a statement. This is Anfield. And it does get other teams nervous. John Terry, in his book, which you can find in bargain bays in all good garages at the moment, he was very intimidated by the whole surroundings when they came in 2005 for the Champions League semi-final. Second leg, he'd never experienced anything like it. And it just goes to show if a sign and this ground can do that to such a professional player, who in my eyes is a good player, you know, what can it do to these young kids coming through at the minute? It is a very intimidating ground.
John Terry famously said in his autobiography, when you come out to the dressing room into the tunnel area, he said he heard the noise of the crowd reverberating around that area. He said he looked up at the sign, the hairs on the neck stood on end. He said when he walked out of the tunnel area next to Steven Gerrard onto the pitch, he said he froze for the first 20-25 minutes of the game. As Rachel said, if it can do that to him, imagine what it can do to a young player just starting out. There's another famous one really as well, 2009, again, Champions League. Second leg, but it was against Real Madrid. We already beat them 1-0 at their ground. Brought them back here, and the day before the game, a Spanish newspaper put in their paper a picture of the This Is Anfield sign saying, "This is Anfield, so what?" Next night we went out and obliterated them 4-0 on the pitch. Bear in mind, the whole Real Madrid team did get a picture with the This Is Anfield sign before they went out onto the pitch as well. Maybe that had something to do with it. Shankly always famously said if an away team player touched the sign when they came onto the pitch, they'd turn to stone. So you never know.
Is he selling me a cup?
There we go.
Thank you.
Right, guys, you're going to make your way down for us. James? James?
Yeah. This is Anfield, mate, not Stamford Bridge.
Ya lo sé, pero no sé de campo.
And then this new CEO that's coming in, change it, but it doesn't really look right for good condition, doesn't look right for
Spion Cop. My eyes, it is the best football stand in the world. You will never beat this stand. The atmosphere here is just always unbelievable. Does anybody know where the name Spion Cop comes from?
Boer War.
The Boer War. There was a battle in South Africa in the early 1900s called the Boer War. One of the battles was the Battle of Spion Kop. Spion Kop is a Dutch Afrikaans word. It basically means vantage points or spy hill. On the first day of that battle, 300 men lost their lives, and it was 300 men from this local area. They used to stand on this grassy hill and watch the football being played. The locals, when they heard that these had lost their lives, they wanted to do something to remember them, and they started to nickname it the Spion Kop. In 1928, when it became concrete and got its roof, it was officially named the Spion Kop. It now holds 12,500 people. There has been reports when it was a standing terrace, it was 28,000. There was a little game of football in 1977 against Saint Etienne. It was the year we went on to win our first European Cup. On that night, there was 36,000 people in this stand. So 36,000 people is all these seats, all the new main stand seats, and the 3,000 away section all in here. Another way to put it, the one seat you're sat in today, if you take that seat out and in that tiny rectangle where you are, 3 fully grown men and 3 fully grown men full of beer. They'd all be in the pub. In this stand at that point, there were, anyone want to guess how many toilets? 2. One in that corner and one up there, and that was it. The men used to use their imagination. They'd come in with pint glasses, with jam jars, rolled up newspaper. They'd do it in their friend's pocket. On a cold night, I think it might be keep you warm, wouldn't it? It wasn't a nice place for ladies, it really wasn't. This here was known as the Yellow Mersey. There's videos in our museum because it was like a tidal wave. If there was a corner down the centenary end, the whole crowd would shuffle. As the ball was crossed in, they'd all shuffle back this way. If they scored, they'd all surge forward. The Kop never ever stood still. But unfortunately, disasters happened. There was the Ibrox disaster, Heysel, the Bradford City fire, and then on the 15th of April 1989, we lost 96 of our own family. They went to a football match and never returned, and no one should ever do that. A very famous judge at the time looked into why it had happened and what could be done to prevent it. He said that all the fencing here and barriers needed to come down within 24 hours, and he gave every top-flight Premier League football team 5 years to make their stadiums all seated, which is what we've got today. 12,500, and it stretches back 76 rows. But when we need it, the Kop do step up. Against Dortmund last year, a miracle happened. People could then walk off their wheelchairs, and Dejan Lovren scored that goal. The atmosphere that can be created here is unbelievable. And even though there's only 12,500, sometimes, especially big games, it is like there is 36,500 in here. This is the end of your guided part of the tour.